Hi, Nick. Do you like some goopy fun in your mouth?
You know I do. We're all about putting that goop in our mouths. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr, doing an actual BA 101 for once. I don't
Yay!
do these as often as I'd love to anymore, just because selection of beer that you guys can get in Ontario versus I can get here in New Brunswick. Coordination's really terrible, especially with NB Liquor's concerns. And considering all the special releases Greg just showed me from the LCBO that I can get like almost absolutely none of.
No, they might still show up. I mean,
great.
it's still
the
LCBO releases all their shit like November 1st. It's like, hey, Christmas, come get it. And then by the time like halfway through December, it's all off the shelves already. So it's like,
yeah, by the time we get it,
yeah,
we are starting to see some seasonals roll in, but I'll let you know if we get anything that's interesting. But as far as interesting goes, we're gonna do a newish beer from Beau's of all places. We haven't talked about Beau's on BA 101 since like 2021 when we did their Radler. So it's been a few years. Somehow we've been limping on with BA 101 and talking about mostly like BYOBs and collective arts beers, because it's not like we haven't done a massive amount of beers from that brewery, but it's nice to go back to one of the old standbys. Anyway, Juiced AF New England Style IPA. We will talk about this one in a moment, but first we're going to introduce who we have with us, starting with the first person to show up tonight. Lee, no, I know. Sorry, I'll piss off Redbeard if I don't talk to him first.
No, I was here, but then I wasn't here, so it was fine. What be going down? Hey, what's the fuck you, man? Fucking,
technical issues. That fancy computer yours.
Firefox is weird. I don't know.
They're weird.
Yeah, so
I know. I use Chrome for this anyway. So go ahead. So how you doing tonight, first of all?
Good.
I'm
all right. How you doing?
All right. I'm doing fine.
All right.
So let's move on down the line. Let's go to Lady Lee. Lady Lee, how you doing? How was
exhausted?
I bet. How was your trip back from Alexandria?
Exhausting.
Okay.
The drive back wasn't too bad. It was pretty smooth sailing. I got caught behind a lot of people because there's like tons of hills getting in closer to North Bay. And I got caught behind a ton of people who were like braking the whole time they were going down the hill. So they're going like the speed limit, and the whole time they're braking. And my poor car was like struggling to get up some of the hills without having like good momentum, without having to like heavily press on the gas. So I was trying to save myself gas and just let myself coast down the hills to like get up the next one. And the person in front of me would be like heavily braking, so they could just not move faster than like exactly the speed limit. Fuck off. Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
I mean, how much speed you gain on some of those hills, like going down, if you don't brake before you?
You do not need to brake. You really don't need to brake. Some of them, I admit, like some of them can get pretty crazy. So I understand those ones, but there's others that you might get like an extra 10 kilometers faster, maybe 20. So it's not insanely intense. Like usually I can maintain a pretty same speed throughout, just timing it with like the hills, but people were like heavily braking, like just, yeah. And yes, it's too late.
I guess there's another aspect of that I should be asking is like, what kind of highways is this? Is it like 4-lane the entire way, or is it just 2-lane?
It goes 2-lane, 3-lane, 2-lane, 3-lane, sometimes 4-lane, 2-lane.
Oh well, yeah, I can see that. You can get kind of annoying on the drive. Like the trip to the road up to Fredericton from here is like that, and it's that can get kind of annoying after a while when you're stuck behind somebody.
Oh yeah, you have those people, and then you have those people who like drive, they're speeding, and then they go around a corner, and then they're like braking to like 70, 60 kilometers an hour, and you're like, it's barely even a corner.
That's
what
nuts.
are you doing? Like just stick to a speed. Why don't you just drive the speed limit, and then it's not as drastic? Like.
Yeah.
You're going so fast, you get around the corner and you're like, oh, I'm going to slam on my brakes.
Right.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyway.
It's like, like everyone in Toronto. Right. Except they do it in groups. Speed. Everyone slow down.
Anyway, speaking of the speed limit, hi, Greg.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Yeah. What's the speed limit like in Toronto? Isn't it like 130? Is slow lane?
Well, Nick, I'll have you know, a certain artist who I believe was discovered by one Scott Myers, rest in peace. She goes by the name of Taylor Swift, is in Toronto this week and next week. So the speed limit everywhere in Toronto will be about 3 kilometers an hour because that is going to be traffic. In fact, there was footage last year of another upstart artist. Beyonce was here last year, and the Gardner was so jammed. There's footage of nicely dressed ladies taking shits on the side of the Gardner because they just couldn't hold it anymore.
Jeez.
So,
damn.
So I'm looking forward to poop footage this year.
I heard a whole thing about people going to Taylor Swift concerts wearing diapers so they didn't have to like go to the bathroom, miss a song and stuff.
That probably wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
dedication.
Like, yeah.
I mean, you really like it. I mean, so I mean, I don't know. I think Scott might be coming because I think he's a Swiftie. Otherwise, I'm going to avoid Toronto. I don't even want to go into Etobicoke unless I have to.
I just imagine some of the fantastic parking prices that are going to happen for.
I haven't seen them this year, but lots that were normally like. A spot was about $30 a day or something. I believe they're going for about 150 to 200 for, for the evening time for a spot to park there. It's event pricing. I'm sure if you get a Budweiser there, it'll be like $32 for a tall boy.
All right. So Lee says, don't king shame the diaper Swifties. All right. So, Anyway, so I guess for next week's beer, we better not pick something you have to go more than 5 kilometers from your house for.
No, I have to go slightly out of my way for potentially next week's beer, but it's not. Luckily, it's not in Toronto; it's in Mississauga, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. So you're going out to the perimeter rather than. If Toronto's if Toronto's this way, Mississauga's this way, I have to go this way. Let's put it that way. So you're going sideways.
I'm going sideways, so it's
not that big of a deal. All right,
not that big of a deal. It's about a good 4 kilometers, so it's on the borderline, but. For you, Nick, I do it.
Yay. All right. So without further ado, let's get down to the beer histoire for this one because we actually have a history written down for this. Not that we don't know much about Beau's already. We've done beers from Beau's before, so I won't go into great detail. Just to say that Beau's was founded by father and son team Tim and Steve Beauchesne. I wrote it down as Beauchesne, but it's like the Shane, I think, is how you pronounce that. I forget. And launched on July 1st of 2006. Their first beer was Lug Tread Lagered Ale. Classic. It has been a smash hit for Beau since the first 3,000-liter batch of Lug Tread sold out before the brewery we ever even opened. Beau's has grown to become Canada's largest all-organic. I'm not sure if that's still the title they hold, but all-organic brewery and first Canadian brewery to earn a B Corp certification. That stuff's true. On the 10th anniversary of the brewery, Beau's officially sold the company to its employees and subsequently expanded production Canada-wide. However, during COVID, Beau's joined forces with Toronto's Steam Whistle Brewing to share their distribution network.
And Mr. Lee's favorite.
That was in November of 2021, so that means that Lee can get it alongside his favorite Steam Whistle in Nova Scotia, I think. However, Steam Whistle just outright bought the brewery in March of 2022. So now Beau's is still Beau's, but they're owned by Steam Whistle. So since we last talked about Beau's, they've also kind of slimmed down their beer lineup. Other beers from Beau's include their flagship Lug Tread. They probably will never stop making that unless they go out of business. There's Lug Tread Light Lager now. Ooh. Beau's Refresher Fruited Ale. There's Wonder Crush, a hazy IPA. They just released this Creme Brulee. It's actually Brew Lee, L-E, Dessert Stout. I'm sure some person named Lee probably likes to have his name on that can. There's the Nordic Pale Ale. And there's a Double Juiced AF, which is a double IPA version of what we're drinking tonight. And apparently they just released this Pitchfork Red Ale, which is, I guess it's just released on tap. So there's only like on tap photos of that beer so far. So Juiced AF, tonight's beer. Not a lot of detail on it because they're slim on they don't give us the ingredients as like they used to. But Tuesday F New England IPA is a 6.5% ABV, 30 IBU New England style IPA that's brewed hazy, double dry hopped, and unfiltered. Introduced in March of 2023. Fancy. Oh, okay. So I don't really have to say much about my history. I've never had it before, but I'm assuming all you Ontario fine folks have. So let's go with the hazy IPA connoisseur in the chat, which is Redbeard, and ask.
He's like a budget Chris Lezak.
A little bit, yeah. Without the passport.
Oh wow. He's a Canadian. He's the Canadian hazy expert.
Are we asking his history?
Canadian hazy. Yeah. What's your history with this beer?
There you go.
I've had it at least once, I think.
You've had it at least once.
I think so.
Well,
it's not like it's been Beau's really hasn't been something that I gravitate towards in quite some time. They used to be a really badass brewery, do all kinds of cool things, but these days they just, ever since they like sold the brewery to the employees, whatever shit, they seem to have fallen off a cliff, in my opinion, a little bit. And yeah, so I just haven't. I've seen it and been like, it's a Beau's IPA, meh, I don't know. So yeah, I've had it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Carey. Let's go over to the Lady Lee. What's your history with this beer?
So this beer specifically, I have no history. That is it for this one. The brewery itself is a brewery that is close to my house, but not as close as On Prior. On Prior seems to be closer than me. Yeah.
Well, On Prior is close, right? So.
I did have I did have the Wonder Crush on tap at a restaurant that was even further away from On Prior. It was about 6 minutes from Vankleek Ale. Yeah, so I live very close to this brewery. That's it. It's funny because like this was the first time I've ever been to the brewery because I went and bought cans thinking possibility of fresher cans at the brewery than like the liquor store. So I grabbed some for both Carrie and I, and turns out that they're not that fucking fresh. So kind of disappointing.
What's your canning date?
Yeah.
Mine's August. His is September.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You went to the brewery and bought 2 cans and they're both the same canning, like different canning dates, or
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I got like the older.
Weird.
Yeah, I think I got like the older one. So I got the can in front.
And the one I already had on hand because I went to the LCBO, wasn't counting on her getting one, so I already had one. And the one I bought at the LCBO is like 4 days less fresh than the one she bought at the brewery. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah. So funny.
Go Beau's.
They also have a distillery attached to them as well.
Yeah.
That is new. I didn't know that. But anyways, I bought some rum.
I think I did hear about that.
Remember back in their heyday, they opened up like a higher end brewery. I think it was Halcyon or something it was called, but it was like Beau's higher end shit. And I don't think that lasted very long. So that might have been refurbished into whatever the
maybe a thing in Ontario where you have to have like in order to get a liquor or like a spirits distribution license, you basically have to have been grandfathered into it or something somehow, or not. I forget. Like they must have acquired a license. If Chad Albino Rhino is in the chat watching or something, then drop us. I know he knows. So I know that I remember there being a thing about that.
Maybe Albino Reno knows.
Hill anyway. So all right. Sorry, Lee, I cut you off.
It's all good.
Typical
I'm just writing an email to my prof because I was supposed to email her today and I just got home. Okay. Yes, those were the words I said. Yeah, so that was the first time me visiting the brewery. It was actually pretty cool because like the atmosphere itself is pretty awesome. Like it's a brewery, it's a standard brewery, obviously, but the atmosphere is very warm. I always like that feeling because I've been to some where it just feels like pretentious and like fuck you, versus this one felt very homely and warm. Like it's a small town type vibe, but like the happy vibe, not like they're staring at you with death daggers because you're an outsider. Because technically I'm not an outsider. Technically I'm still from the area. But
exactly. Fuck those people. Anyway.
I did get that stare.
Oh.
Sorry, I did get that stare. Like, you know, when then someone stares at you and then like you turn around and you still see they're staring at you, and then you like do something else and then like you catch them staring at you again. I had one of those guys at the brewery. That was funny.
I feel they know you're not a local because you're not on your third marriage with 6 children.
That's probably it. They're like, who the fuck is this girl?
Sounds
Who the
legit.
fuck is this? Single? She's driving herself without the escort of a gentleman? What's going on here?
Not drunk with a fucking beer can and a baby belly?
It's 9:30 in the morning and she's sober?
What? Doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to go back in time. Oh, okay, I'll talk about my history in a bit. But
we don't like to go back in time, Nick.
Yeah, especially with this brewery. All right, thank you, Lady Lee. Let's go over to Greg, and he can talk about his history with either this
My
beer or with
history
Beau's
is
in
not
general.
that interesting. My history is not that interesting because this is, I believe, my 3rd or 4th sip I've had of this. Now, I do strongly believe I've had this before, but I think I didn't untap it, so therefore it's not real. I should delete my Untapped account, and that'll mean I've never drank before in my life. That's great. I'm like the
That's how
healthiest
you
person
defeat
here.
alcoholism there, right?
That's right. Start a new account. I'm on my first beer. There we go. First beer ever. So anyway, that's my history. My history with Beau's, I think, is probably the same as most people here. Is it used to be a go-to brewery that's like, oh, a new Beau's product on the shelf. I'll try it. You know, even before we did Beer Anal, you know, it'd be like, oh, cool, new Beau's product. You know, their stuff a little bit expensive because they were really insistent on their stupid custom bottles, which always cost more than they should. That was before everything was in cans now, anyway. But you know, it was always that interesting brewery that it's almost kind of like what Flying Monkeys does now, even though they were around, I think, even longer. But you know, it's always interesting to try their new shit, and then all of a sudden it became a lot more boring. And then I also remember that one year I was part of their exciting barrel age club where he just would be like, okay, we're going to take this lager and we're going to barrel age it in 4 different barrels. Then we're just going to all mix it together so you can't taste the fucking thing. And then we're just releasing this beer. It's like, okay.
Oh, it's just
But,
like that Beau's that they took a double IPA and then they barrel aged it in something that's Screaming Beaver, barrel aged Screaming Beaver, and it really killed. It was an okay beer, but
it's not even like
it
would be more interesting if it was like, okay, we barrel aged it in one thing, but it was always something stupid like, oh, let's barrel age this IPA in this kind of barrel, and then let's take another random beer like a lager or a fucking amber ale and barrel age it in something else, and let's just all cuvee it together and see how it is. It's like, well, why not release the 2 beers separately? I mean, it'll be less work for you guys. You make more money, and then I get to try 2 different beers that are not just this ridiculous mush in my mouth that I don't know what the hell I'm tasting anymore. But so I didn't have to sign up for the 3rd year of that program, and for shockingly, after the 3rd year, I believe they discontinued it. But my history with this is pretty much, this is probably realistically my 2nd time having it, and that's my exciting history. One day, if I am passing through Armprior, I do know that Beau's is right beside there, so I'll probably try to pick up some of their stuff. But otherwise, I don't really have that much interest in trying more Beau's.
I know they used to have a pretty huge Oktoberfest thing or something that would happen at the brewery, but I'm not sure if even that's anywhere near what it used to be.
They used to have a big Oktoberfest thing where they'd release like a 4-pack of different beers. I'll talk about that in my history.
They used to release a 4-pack of different beers like 3 times a fucking year, man. They used to.
I remember that.
Annoying,
but it was a Lug Tread. I was
gonna say they always forced a Lug Tread on you every time, so it was only actually a 3-pack of different beers. But
yeah,
the 3 different beers they put in there they were making some interesting shit back in the day.
And I mean,
back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago.
You know what? If I have to drink a Lug Tread, and before everyone screams, yes, we know it's Lug Tread. It's a long story, but we call it Lug Tread.
Oh yeah.
You know what? If I have to drink a Lug Tread every now and then, it's not the end of the world. But you know, when you're paying a pretty premium price, like those packs were usually $25-$26. So you're paying $6 or $7 for that Lug Tread.
They used to have them in their big bottles. They used to do like that was their their thing. They used to have, but now they've gone the way of everything. It's all just tall boys. But
yeah, which much better.
But yeah, and I actually the pack I bought to get this my other can of juiced for again in case Lady Lee didn't come through, which I never doubted. But yeah, that had the can of Lug Tread in it. And I drank that the other night. And yeah, Lug Tread is not. It's not bad, but it's really not anything impressive at all. I find like there's a way more interesting craft lagers and pilsners and just basic bitch beers out there. Lug Tread's just got a bit of a weird flavor to me. Honestly, I'm not really I don't hate it, but it's not great.
I've never had Lug Tread.
Really?
Oh, well,
I've never had Lug Tread.
That.
It's literally like, again, like people used to talk about the brewery when it first opened. That's all anybody ever talked about. And everyone said, oh, try this, try this, try this, try this. And I wasn't a beer drinker back then, so I never tried it. So I've never tried Lug Tread.
I wonder if it's actually, I wonder if it is like exactly the same as it was when it was first brewed.
I don't think it's quite as soft
have
as it was.
a really old can from the brewery. Goddamn.
Yeah, but that's probably drinking pretty good. That old ass can.
Lug Tread to me, I mean, I by no means am I an expert. Every now and then when I do have one, I do think it's become a little bit more crafty, where I think they're trying to add like a little more flavor to it than it used to have. Like I think it used to be a little bit cleaner drinking, a little bit more for like the one step above Budweiser crowd. Now I think they actually try to add more flavor to it, at least last few times I've had it. But I don't know. It's always well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's always in that weird valley for me with a lot of these craft lagers where it's like, do I want just a clean beer that I can drink by a pool and not even know I'm drinking a beer? Or do I want like a pale ale? Like, and you know, a lot of these craft lagers are kind of in that in-between spot where it's like, it doesn't really know which way it wants to go on that. Anyway, Nick, I think everyone's heard enough of me.
Yeah.
Lady Lee's getting antsy. I don't know. Would you like to hear more from me?
Okay. Oh my God. No, we're not going to start. I'm going to stop myself before I start. No, not even that. It's just Lee is no longer on her medication, so she has nothing helping her anymore. So,
oh, Jesus.
Jesus,
bad. Nick, go. Go,
right.
Go, Nick, go.
All right, it's my turn to talk about, well, first of all, this is my first experience drinking Juiced AF. But as far as the brewery goes, I've actually got quite an extensive history with this one because I think it was like maybe less than a year, maybe around a year after I started doing Maxwell Stars beer review on YouTube back in 2011. I think it was like springtime 2012. Like my former co-star on this channel, I don't talk to much anymore, Heist Almighty, had a coworker who had a brother in Ontario. And that brother in Ontario, they would send beers back and forth to each other. And of course, back in the early days of me and Jesse, like sharing beers, like I'd share beers from like Albino Rhino or Lee with him, and then in return he'd share beers. Kind of how the old beer review thing kind of kicked off when it came to like a sharing program. So he got access to a whole bunch of Beau's beers back when Beau's was like completely kick ass, and Beau's represented a huge. A lot of different beer styles. The first examples of beers of those styles, like Goza or I'd have to look some. I know Goza is one of them. Were beers from Beau's that I had, like Beau, like Goza, Gruit, probably sour. Kotzbusser is another one, just because I like saying Kotzbusser. It's funny. That's almost sounds like an insult.
It's got Cox in it.
I'd have to go back. I know there's a ton of different beers. Might even been in one of my first box. Oh, I'm just looking through my old reviews. Oh, there's that barrel aged Beau's Beaver River IPA. Yeah. Anyway, so this is going like back to 2012 when that, and I remember when they had that Oktoberfest because I remember we had a 4-pack of Beau's And on my birthday, they decided to get me super shit faced drunk and do the the Beau's Coverfest beers for that beer review session, and I was completely shit faced by the end of it. That I had to give Heist Almighty the reins of the show. Were like, okay, you talking with the beer. I'm too drunk to talk right now. All I could do was just stammer a few words about the flavor and give a rating. But we called it Maxtoberfest, so that was fun. That was like my 33rd birthday. Anyway, that was fun. But yeah, like that's my experience with Beau's. They used to be this super kick-ass brewery that made all kinds of different beers, and a lot of my like earliest beer experiences of different styles were from them. I miss those fucking days. Ever since they expanded, they've been working on taking their recipes and then upping them to a larger capacity volume, but at the same time they've sacrificed the number of different beers they make, and also the overall quality of the beers went down sometime in the mid 2010s. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. Like even Lug Tread doesn't quite taste the same as it used to. I'm kind of optimistic. I wouldn't mind trying it again now that after what Greg was saying, because we actually do have that here now, Lug Tread.
I feel we need to re-anal it because Lady Lee has never tried it. That might be fun. And then, I mean, it's probably been at least a year.
If we want to really want to do a reanalysis of it. I know Lee hates those, Mr. Lee. We could do a reanalysis.
Yeah, but he's not here, so fuck him.
You're not wrong.
I mean, right. he'll still be in the comment section.
He's kind of here, you know.
But he's not here in this area to complain, so we can't vocally hear him.
So I guess the first two beers, I think the first two beers I ever had from Beau's were Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I don't remember what styles they were. I'd have to go watch my old video from spring 2012 to find out.
Right, I did like a week. I did back when I was doing the beer reviews every day. I did a week of the Beau's at one point where I had like 7 in a row different Beau's beers, and they used to make some really really interesting shit.
I wouldn't know.
All right,
so experimental.
We have a physical metric ton of comments here. Anybody you want to read?
How are you weighing these comments to get a ton? I'm just curious right now.
I am so stuffed. I don't want to read anything.
That's fine. Okay, so the first comment we got here is SEN. Hi, SEN. How you doing?
Do we know who that is?
Cheers, buddy. All right, so of course Redbeard says cheers.
Do we know who SEN is, or is that just some random?
I don't know. Is that a sock account of Yurts and he wants to come back? And this
Yurts.
Oh, I reneged my cheers.
No, I don't know. It could be a sock account of Jamie's. We all love Jamie anyway. So Lee Russell's premature as always, saying what's next week's beer.
Wow.
Lady Lee dyed her hair. No, it's just the light. At least it doesn't go Jizz Lane Maxwell. Jesus,
I don't know where that came from.
That's probably one of your. It's your comments of the lanes and stuff.
Yeah,
when we're talking about lanes and traffic.
Nick was on Epstein's Island.
Oh,
right. Let's not kink shame the diaper Swifties. They are now the largest Ozgasmic brewery in Canada. I'm pretty sure he meant orgasmic brewery in Canada, but
he messed up the orgasm.
That was the other thing with Beau's that I did. Like that was, I don't think they don't promote it. They don't promote it so much anymore. Like I'm not seeing really anything on this can, but it was a huge thing for a long time where everything they made was organic, and I think they even had their own like farms and stuff growing organic crops and shit. I think they were supporting a lot of farmers in the area for a while.
They're in a pretty heavily heavily taken over by farmer area, or actually, original farmers. Like a lot of the farms that were there are the original farmers from like the Scottish settlers that first came to Canada.
Oh wow.
Okay, so like generational things. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of farms there that have generations have been with their families. So when they say like they get stuff from farmers, I'm not surprised. If it's organic, that's different because that depends if the farmer themselves are adhering the organic rule, which is pretty fucking crazy. But
I've had organic and non-organic, and I don't know. I
there's
don't
no
understand.
difference. I really don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. But
Yeah, like organic's
There's
a
no
little
difference in
bit.
taste.
As long as you're doing like you can go non-organic and still not like you said, still using some pesticides and stuff, but you still like you can do it to the point right, and you're still not like destroying the environment. You know what I mean? You're just like you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's organic. It costs a lot more money to do shit. It's just it doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, they pretty much had dropped the all natural stuff from their brand name too. Like,
I wouldn't.
Well,
be
I just-
Oh
surprised-
yeah, they
read
used
up
to be
their
Beau's all
website.
natural. That's a good point, Nick. I
remember
didn't
it
think of
used
that.
to be Beau's all
Surprised.
natural, and even on tap still says Beau's all natural. But like
I'll
I'm
finish
on
my
their
thought,
website right now, and their about section just talks about it's like almost like a sterilized talking points like a macro brewery would have about their history. They don't really have a lot of their tests
You
we've
cut
been
off
interesting
Lady
work
Lee.
using high quality ingredients. They're not even calling them all natural ingredients anymore. They just use high quality ingredients, like the high quality
thought
ingredients that are in your
not important.
steam whistle
Okay.
pilsner.
Well, I've been trying to make it.
I mean, it's not like it's not good beer or nothing. It's just kind of weird. They've kind of
Are we even here right
like-
now?
what?
You,
I don't know what reality is anymore.
You kind of steamrolled over Lady Lee while she was talking there.
Well, that's because I was still talking.
Jesus.
Oh,
From when I
Um,
was talking,
I feel like the replay might say different around that one. I'm not sure about
Sure.
that.
Oh,
I
well,
literally was saying something,
okay.
and everyone talked over me.
I pulled a carry. I'm sorry.
Hey, you fuck yourself.
Hey, he probably can.
It's probably that ADHD.
Fine.
At least mine's diagnosed.
Mine is diagnosed.
Mine too.
What the
Well,
hell
whose is it? What the fuck is going on?
What the is this like a my mental illness is better than your mental illness competition?
know.
Well, yeah, at least I own up to it. All right. So
I do too. What are you
Don't
talking
make me
about?
don't make me go full retard.
Are
I'll do
you
it.
trying to like victim blame me in a situation that you caused?
I'm not victim blaming you at all.
He's-
I
he's-
apologize.
he's-
I'm
he's
apologizing to Lee while
victim blaming,
somebody else
gaslighting.
here.
What else can you be doing right now?
I apologize,
Railroading?
Lee. You were
Having
saying.
this conversation.
You're about to get kidnapped or something. I don't know.
All right, Lee. You were saying.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, all I wanted to say was that the brewery, when it started, was very much about promoting the local farms around them, because the whole idea was they have a fucking tractor in their can, so they're all about promoting the farmers. But I wouldn't be surprised because now they're owned by Steam Whistle if they don't do that anymore.
What's funny to me is like that the tractor, like this like crazy tractor they have on this. It's kind of being. It used to be very rarely used in their can art, like from like what I've seen back in the day.
Now it's
And
branding.
now it's all over the place. It's like their whole thing now. Let's have this crazy tractor. And it's not even. I don't know. It's like they're trying to be super cool, but they're failing. I don't know.
It's
Be better, Bose.
most likely a John Deere tractor.
Wow. She knows her tractor.
Is it though?
Okay.
Yeah, it's got the green.
Yeah, but that's a different green. But I don't know if it fucking matters. But
That's-
like,
Okay, so
does John Deere green and orange? Are they green and yellow?
Oh, fuck.
but this is the
I
green
don't
Wow.
the style.
Sitting here.
The only reason I say that is because like John Deere is the most popular that's used in that area.
Okay. My grandpa, the tractor I learned all was a Massey Ferguson. Remember, like it was like kind of not like the style with like the two huge wheels in the back, and then the two tiny wheels that were very close together in the front. Like just a very weird style tractor, but it was fun.
All right, we were reading comments.
Yeah. You know what the funny part is? I just realized that there's this old bottle of Beau sitting on my floor next to my computer. It's not open. It's the Rudolphus. It's the one in the photo at the end. He gave
Nick,
this to me like back in 2014.
Wow.
Oh, you gotta drink that,
And-
Nick.
I'm not
Are we
drinking
drinking it
this.
tonight?
No, I'm not even drinking this. This is probably gross. It's just
There's probably nothing wrong with it. If I was there, Nick, I would pour it. We'd both drink it together, and we'd get.
we would both try it and then puke, and then I'm not in the spew erotica. Sorry.
Well, you
I
would
thought
be.
this is like a Belgian IPA from 10 years ago. I'm not.
Why is it just sitting on the floor, not in the fridge or something? What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think it was sitting in. I brought it out here for conversation piece during probably the last time we did Beau's.
Probably like 2015.
And then that
And
just shows how
it's just been sitting on the floor next to the water cooler since.
it shows how often Nick picks up and organizes and cleans his room.
Does
Yeah,
Nick
I
strike
can-
you as somebody that cleans up after himself?
Do I look like somebody who's organized? Just ask
No.
Brandon in the chat.
I've
Anyway,
been in the
so-
room that you're in right now. It's a
Next
thing.
question. Next
Okay,
comment.
let's keep moving here. Where were we?
We were at the
So we're-
orgasmic.
Okay,
Or just the
so
orgasmic. Yeah.
yeah, I can get Steam Pistol, but not Beau's. Okay, we'll do that in the next reanalysis episode. Where Lee was looking for was wholesome and not homely.
It's homely. The British version is homely. And I use homely.
So Brandon's getting shit faced tonight. I just have a couple of glasses of whiskey and now cracked the absolutely worst, cheapest, strong beer someone left here. If you're here from the party last weekend, the Carling Black Ice.
Wait, how much is Fax and Crest? Because I feel like those are cheaper.
Well, those are worse. Those are worse
don't
for
have a-
sure. Like
I don't
I
have
think Carling
Crest
Ice isn't like Laker Ice is one of the worst I ever had as far as the ice beers go. I don't think. Did we do Carling Black Ice analysis at one point?
No,
I know we
never
ice
did
beer or
Carling,
something.
but we did Carling Black. That
Okay.
see, I don't mind Carling Black at all.
Carling itself is not terrible. It's just a regular run of the mill macro. Like I used to
Yeah.
have that in bottle all the time. It's not. I'll drink a can if I got no problem with it.
I can get that in a 15 pack, and I figured maybe we can do that as a BA 101 if you guys want to, and I'll give the rest to Brandon.
There you go. I'm down.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Let's
That'd be nice.
do
of
that.
Nick.
All right.
Nick's a good friend.
Good coworkers. That is super embarrassing. Not something I would ever buy. It was in my fridge. That's usually what Scott's Fuzz's excuse is. So people just leave beer in his fridge.
Yeah, except with Scott, it's a hooker.
One of them fridge hookers. It's
Well,
just
Right. It's the dead bodies in his hot tub that he used to have.
previously a non-fridge hooker who he turned into a fridge hooker.
isn't Nick supposed to be the dead body in the hot tub?
Oh, well, yeah.
Not
That's
yet.
Greg's prophecy on the 10th.
No.
Well,
Which
unfortunately-
Chris doesn't live there anymore.
unfortunately, Chris needs to get his shit together and get a hot tub again.
Okay.
Right.
I have
Let's
the
move on.
answer. Hold on. I have the
Oh.
answer.
42.
What's the question?
So Carling Ice is what 5.5%, and it's $2.35 per can. Crest is 10%, and it's $4.35 for a 500 milliliter can.
Mm.
Yeah, Crest is definitely Crest is one of those hobo fucking beers.
If you're, if
It,
you've got
honestly,
enough money to buy-
I think I only had the one time when I did the beer review. Somebody suggested was like, I dare you, and I was not disgusted by Crest. It
I
was
do
like
not hate. I
So-
do not hate Crest. Crest
this
is
is,
pretty.
I was surprising, but this is not the worst thing ever. It was okay.
Here's what Brandon in the chat's talking about in the Salisbury store, which is like a warehouse store that's on where the road from St. John to Fredericton to Moncton meet.
Steak.
So it's like a big, like a major confluence of all the major highways in Brunswick, basically. Anyway, so there's a big store there that carries warehouse products, and in this case, they carry a 2.4 of Carling Black Ice, which is 6.1% ABV. $38.99 for a 24 pack. That's less than $2 a beer.
Okay, yeah, then yes, I am.
That is a decent deal for sure.
I am incorrect.
That's and then I can get this locally for 15 pack for $28.99. That's still less than
locally.
$2 a beer.
Low calorie.
Locally.
Low calorie. Definitely not low calorie.
I prefer
Yeah, look, there's
locally as
21 of
opposed
them
to
right here.
Faraway Lee.
That'd be what I'd get. I've been eyeing that before just because I didn't know if anybody in Ontario could get it. So you guys get singles of this shit up there?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're on the next beer.
So
Oh,
Greg's
mine was
already
Carling Ice,
fighting on
not Black
Octopus.
Ice. I have to look for that.
All right.
I need to save my last little bit for my review, so I gotta.
Well, the LCBO, I just did a search for Carling
What I
Black.
did
and got
buy
nothing.
too.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that the beer store is going to be. When I used to buy Carling back in the day, it was at the beer store. So I'm assuming any Carling variants we want would be. I have that app too. Let me try that.
Well, that one's the only Carling I can get here, I think.
I could get it in Hawkesbury.
Is that LCBO or beer store?
It was the beer store. There is some at Lakeshore at the beer store.
Apparently, Salisbury's in St. Stephen by the U.S. border carries the Carling Black Label and a 2.4 for the same price. That's a better choice. Maybe lower ABV, but it's a better tasting beer.
Okay, Black Ice is $3.20.
The LCBO, the beer store app is weird.
Okay, I just found it. It says there's 59 in stock at the Lakeshore Drive one. I did not know there's a beer store in Lakeshore Drive.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
it's right. It's right. It's in the same little plaza where if you go to like where Retro is, they're like right there, kind of behind the Shell gas station. They're, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I do know. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one where that's one where Big Steve-O, the bartender that used to work at Wilder's for years and years and years. He's like the manager now. I'm on the. No, like Wilder's was down the street. They were like the direct competitors kind of back in the day. I searched Carling Black on the beer store app and found nothing. That makes no sense.
I had Black Ice here.
Well, but I'll try putting it. If I put ice to find something, no, okay, that was Carling.
All right,
just even Carling itself. Carling.
So anyway, going back to comments, Lee Russell says can't get it, let it go to waste. Brandon's going. Apparently, the Salisbury NB Liquor had a clearance deal where they had 2.4s go very cheap. Maybe they had like a buy two get something off. I don't know. I'm kind of curious because that'd be like dirt cheap, even if it is garbage beer. It's like garbage maintenance beers. Because I know like those Salisbury stores sold a 2.4 of like McClay's or something. Lee knows that beer.
John McClellan.
All right. Tiny Lady Lee here says 2 British places surrounding this, simple but cozy and comfortable as in
it was
one's
the
own
definition of homely for like British term versus like American term, because there's 2 different definitions.
home.
Oh.
Yeah. Instead of
so
somebody
now,
who looks like they should stay home.
Last week we learned about lozengers. Now we're learning about British homeliness.
So speaking of being,
you know what? There's a question. Wait, I don't know. Lady Lee, I'm sleeping policeman.
Sorry.
Sleeping policeman. British term
policeman
for something. It's weird. It's a speed bump.
No, I did not know that. It's only stuff that like my dad.
That's one of the more probably like obscure things that I know. I think it's from watching Top Gear. But yeah.
AI tells me yes, it's a traffic calming device, also known as a speed bump or a speed hump.
Oh, great. We're talking about sex again on the chat. Speaking of which, Brandon's trying it for the first time.
Speed humping? You got that remote from Click?
You're a British term I use.
Jesus.
Only half, though. It's
the rest is she's split like the spaghetti in the pot.
And then Dan's in the chat saying you're all British terms.
No.
Only half. The other half I don't understand. So SEN is back in the chat saying, what are your thoughts on the alcohol mafia in Mafia, aka LCBO in Ontario RN? So right now.
I like the LCBO. Their hours aren't as great as the convenience stores. But aside from that, like that's the only thing the convenience stores have going for them.
Here we go.
This is like literally the dumbest thing we could have ever done with our money.
You're not wrong. It was like hundreds of millions of dollars. So dumb.
So first of all, if I'm buying alcohol at a corner store, that means the cashier now has to get their smart serve. Cashiers only get paid minimum wage, so right now they already have to get extra qualified in order to do their fucking jobs. Secondly, the beer store to sell alcohol closes at 11, so done at 11, and LCBOs can stay open until 11. Some of the bigger cities do.
I wish the one in Algonquin would. They're like, we can't. The fuck you could. They'd be fine. They make money. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but
that's weird.
Either way, the corner stores now have alcohol that stays where they can't sell it, but they're going to have people who are fucking addicts and need their alcohol trying to get it after 11 o'clock. So now you're asking a person who already has to deal with shit of being in a convenience store to deal with somebody who has like an addiction problem.
I haven't been in there. I haven't been in one after 11 p.m. since it's come into play, but I if they don't, it's retarded. But I'd assume like those specific fridge doors that the beer's behind should be locked after 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's
And,
weird.
I just-
an
yeah,
addict
I'm
is still going to
not
try
sure.
to get in.
You're not wrong.
Our grocery stores,
I'm not arguing that. No.
like our grocery stores here in New Brunswick, there's the beer's just on the shelf, and if you go up to the cashier in the grocery store to buy some beer, that person who sells it to you just has to be over 21. So or yeah, it's 19. Sorry, but they'll just go get a supervisor and they'll ring you in. They literally just leave the cash, go get somebody else, and then ring you in.
Yeah,
Or if you go to the, or you just no, you can't. Anyway, yeah, it's so weird. Like you guys got so many weird restrictions on it.
I guess that's what I'm just going to ask.
Open here.
Your province doesn't have a smart serve equivalent kind of program to be able to serve alcohol responsibly.
So. I don't think so because it's not really serving the beer; you're just selling it.
You're not wrong. I feel like that there should be a difference between like being a server in a restaurant and just like being a cashier kind of thing. I feel like there should be some
also, if
different.
To the place and they're drunk, whatever, they get more alcohol and something happens to them. Now they're responsible. So it's adding more onto a fucking.
For sure. Like that.
Yeah.
There needs to be the whole like you can't serve someone who's fucking intoxicated, whatever.
Oh yeah, if you're fucking inebriated, there should be like a manager kicking you out of the fucking grocery store.
Yeah, like that smart serve. I got mine when I was like 18. It's super simple, but it's basically common sense. But it is a requirement that we have here. And it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like some pushback from the LCBO union wanted that.
Well,
no, that's
they need to be certified in order to be able to sell beer in the grocery store.
No, you know what? You know what though? What Nick just said, it's always been as far as I know. But like whenever it started, Nick could have been something. The LCBO union is a pretty powerful union, at least in Ontario. I'm just saying like what Nick just said. It is speculation, but that could have been the reason that the smart serve, like maybe the LCBO gets some kickbacks from that certification. I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
All I know is like my one friend that does work there, she mentioned like even went back when they going to the grocery stores, allowing them to sell alcohol and stuff. The LCBO is like they put a lot more money back into the province in terms of like revenue and stuff, whereas the money that the grocery stores and stuff. Their sales don't do it the same way. I don't know the specifics of it, but that's just what she mentioned to me one time. She works at the LCBO, so she could also be very biased. I don't know.
There's another point I want to make here because I guess one of the big differences between New Brunswick and Ontario is that grocery stores, and this could indicate that there's been pushback by the LCBO, but the thing is the LCBO in Ontario doesn't have 100% control. In New Brunswick, it does have 100% control where all the beer that's being sold in grocery stores is being sold according to NB liquor prices. Like an NB liquor has to be something that's licensed by the province. Like
all the prices go through LCBO here too.
I don't know. Well, randomly they started not like in the supermarkets, in the grocery stores. They used to have this like the LCBO. The price is the price. Like the taxes are. Then now at the grocery stores. They're showing the price without tax for I don't know why, but it's apparently just still the same price. Look at my webcam.
From what I understand about retail, from what I understand about retail is whatever their system is, whether they do tax in or tax out, to change it or make exceptions for the beer is apparently not that easy to do and can be quite expensive. So usually the grocery store will just do whatever they're already doing, which in most cases is show you the price without tax. And then once you put the tax in, it's basically the same price. That's as it's been explained to me is that it's very expensive to change a system like that. So they usually just try to make new products work with their system.
Well, I assume at the grocery store, the price they're showing is still the price after tax. It'll still be the same price after tax. But convenience stores are more expensive right now. I bought two cans of Octopus Wants to Fight. Was like 20 cents more. Yeah, there is a discrepancy there. And apparently the price can change from store to store. Sorry, Lily, go ahead.
Way before. So another reason why.
Oh, I feel.
the fridges that they're taking over to put beer, they're taking away essentials for people. So people who do use these stores for actual groceries, like for milk and all that kind of stuff, they're taking that out. So the basic stuff is now gone, and they're replacing it with alcohol because alcohol makes more profit. So a lot of people who need that, so people who don't drive, or later on, who need that convenience of a store to buy those things, it's no longer there. So yes, I'm extremely pissed off that they did this. It was a
They're not
massive waste
taking
of
milk
money.
out, are they? To put beer, they
They're
would.
taking milk out.
Well, they're
There's
going to
a
give
milk
less.
that's
They're going to give
convenience
less
stores.
shelf space to other
They're
things.
Yeah, but
taking
like
milk
that.
out. There's
I have.
some places, there's some stores where milk is
That's-
completely eliminated.
That's that.
That's
I
kinda
can't.
shitty, yeah.
I have
That's-
absolutely nothing to argue with that. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, because
Like,
it's not like-
some convenience stores, but carry liquor, but it's all stores that are in remote areas and have like a liquor section that was
The one-
already there for years.
One of our
Something like
Circle K
Ontario.
stores here in town had a Subway for years and years. The one at the corner of Fisher and fucking Chippewa, and they got the Subway went away, and it's basically just been like a tarp over that area for like 4 years now. And from what I heard, the reasoning behind it was they were expecting the beer and stuff to come. And I thought that they're going to put in some brand new thing there and not take away from shit like you're saying. But you walk in there, it's still all tarped off, and they just what you said. Like I from what I've seen, that the one that location itself, the beer is on the far right hand side. The dairy was always on the far hand left hand side. I haven't checked. I think they still
have
have
to
it, but it says
They might
fuck.
have
They
taken
do
away
that
some other
though.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
We have to
they
remember, like-
obviously had to take away something, or at least like put something that wasn't like
it's
some
the
stuff doesn't
dairy.
have to be kept in the fridge. You know what I mean, like pop and shit. So that they could take some of that out, but I don't know.
Okay,
But then
ladies,
usually
go
shelf
ahead.
Fucked.
So can I'll just give 2 cents. I'll be quick about it.
Yep.
I'm not as humanitarian as Lady Lee is. My major problem with the way they're doing grocery stores and convenience stores, there's no point to it. Everyone has an LCBO close to them. Maybe if you're in a rural town, you don't, but even then you've got some options. Look at the Michigan system. They sell it everywhere. Beer stores, private liquor stores, whatever. Price is not dictated by the government. Price is a free enterprise. People can put prices what they want. Stores can individually
Yeah, but
import whatever products they want.
Michigan doesn't
You
have a
can't-
liquor
you-
control board.
No, they
That's
don't. And
totally
that's
a Canadian thing.
No, and that's my whole point is that if
Yeah.
you want to start selling alcohol everywhere, then let it be a fucking free enterprise. Let it be let each individual store decide what they want to bring in. If they want to import rare beer and stuff like that, let them do it. Don't
Or
let
like-
them do it through the LCBO.
like the
and let
Alberta
them
system.
set their own prices.
Man, I
know
want
we don't,
to.
inflate. I know we don't. Jesus Christ, Gary.
I was done. That was it.
I'm not. Yeah, well, I started
Go.
first. Anyway,
It's one sentence. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I love you.
yeah, sure you
I
do.
love you. I love you.
Are you finishing beer number two,
Brouhaha.
Greg?
It was amazing.
All
That's all I'm
right,
saying.
so yeah, well, I was talking about like the Alberta system, and the Alberta Liquor Control Board still exists, but they basically are just a rubber stamp committee for whatever comes into the province. You got all kinds of just I don't know. I know we don't want to overinflate Dan's ego because you know how big he can get, but like that's one thing that's great about Alberta. I mean, prices can get a little out of whack, but they can get all kinds of different shit out there because they don't have as much dictation and oversight. Like liquor, like LCBOs get control not over everything because they got the beer store as well. Like, but in New Brunswick with NBL, with NB Liquor, and Nova Scotia with NSLC, PEI, LCC, whatever. They've got total fucking control over what's available for beer in the province, and that's something that's been mandated since Canada repealed prohibition back in.
It would be nice to have a bit of like competition. You know what I mean? Like right now here in Ontario, at least
that's the thing. There's no competition.
The lowest price you're going to find for a beer is going to be at the LCBO. Any beer that goes on sale, that same beer is going to be on the same sale price at a grocery store. From what I've seen, it's the same across the board.
Like
So,
I was
like,
trying to
like-
say earlier.
Right.
To
I was
have
trying
like
to say, one
actual
of the things I was trying to say.
competitive thing where bringing stuff in and charging different prices and shit, and people trying to undercut, and that could be good. I'm agreeing with you right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna reel us back and go back to comments because we have gone on a massive tangent.
We have, all right.
It was a fun
Yes, we
tangent. It was a beer-related
Yes,
tangent for
All right.
once. That was good.
But we're back on.
He's not a random. Duh.
I'm trying
Oh,
to save my
okay.
list.
Well,
So
still don't
SE
know
is
who
someone we know. Who?
It's probably you. Or
I haven't seen him in a while. All right, so like a scanner's bottle with a mental illness.
That was when you guys were
Metal.
arguing. You guys were arguing over who had the better ADHD. So
I thought
Well,
He just
me and
said
Lee were just saying we were diagnosed at least. Anyway, so on that note, it's derailed. Have
at
fun
least
with
I
the
was
rest of it.
diagnosed.
So
I
that's
said,
where
I
Dan
am
tuned
alive.
out. SEN says hashtag Monopoly. Agreed. Justin Tinker. Justin, I haven't talked to you in a while. Reasons to mess with whoever is reading the comments. I can't smell your beer. Better go see your local otorhinolaryngologist. Gologologist.
that was actually a pretty good attempt.
Is that a fucking word?
Probably not. No.
Ornithologist. All right, so Brandon says, no, this guy only bought because this was basically 2 2-4s for the price of one regular 2-4.
I mean, that's a deal. It's hard to pass up sometimes.
Considering that's like $1 a beer almost.
Especially, I mean, like I imagine the parties Brandon is throwing probably involves just like a lot of getting drunk.
Oh yeah, I imagine he throws some pretty fucking wild parties at his house.
I read 5.5 for Carling Ice. I didn't get Black Ice, so that was my
Black
mistake.
Ice. Black Ice is 6.1.
Black's always a little bigger.
Cans I'm drinking from.
Yeah.
So says the can is stuffing into his face right now. So my buddy usually drinks them in Nova Scotia brewed stuff or Blue Moon Belgian White. But when you see 2 2-4s of this for like $20 cheaper than 1 2-4, he went with this.
Were you able to find Black Ice then lately?
I got white Blue Moon Belgian White too. Yeah, it's called Belgian Moon in Canada still, isn't it? Or is it actually called Blue Moon here now? Because I know it's Blue Moon in the States. They were calling it a Belgian Moon for a while because Amsterdam Brewing Company had bought the rights to it, but I think Amsterdam's been bought out by Royal Unibrew now.
Well, who knows?
Blue.
Yeah.
Everybody just buying out everybody.
They call it Blue Moon here now. Well, I always thought it was anyway. So it used to be a thing where it was called Belgian Moon, but whatever. Salisbury always has deals and discount. They are like discount liquor warehouse.
Yeah, Blue Moon here too.
Like I mentioned, they're like 20 minutes from Moncton, but they're where it's at the spot where the highways from Farrington and St. John meet. So it's like right off the Trans-Canada Highway. So big. They got a big Irving there with delicious food. Anyway, so sorry I'm rambling so much in this chat. That's because you're drunk, Brandon. Hopefully you show up on time for work tomorrow. Everyone is rambling. It's fine. It's normal. Thanks, man. Chill the fuck out, Nick. Everyone is taking over everyone. Lately is getting the worst end of it. Okay, he's always defending Lately the most. All right, so why did the beer file?
No, he was basically defending me there. That was good. I love you, Lee. That's a terrible
We
joke.
didn't see. She's got no pants on.
Nope.
Why did the beer file a police report? It got mugged.
I have pants on. They're just very short.
Notice that. We get Blue Moon now. Blue Moon is the brand, but the beer is called Belgian White, I think. Brandon, I remember me telling you about Allagash White. You should really check that out. Allagash from Maine. We get that here now. It is a fucking incredible white beer, a wit beer. Yeah, it's the style of beer. So yeah, Belgian Wit. Wit is that they call it Belgian Wit, which is kind of like Hoegaarden is the. I don't even think we get Hoegaarden here anymore, which is kind of sad. But then again, Hoegaarden is not as good as it used to be.
Isn't it Hoegaarden?
It's Hoegaarden because it's
Hoegaarden. Okay. Okay, if you say it like that, and if I emphasize the Hoegaarden, then I get it.
Remember how to spell Hoegaarden correctly.
Hoegaarden. Shouldn't HOEG bring it up almost like by default, I'd assume?
Well, you know what? That's a good call.
I think Google would auto-complete that for you.
Hoeg.
Okay, no, we're good.
I don't know. I miss Hoegaarden. I remember when it was, yeah.
Wasn't that the one served with an orange slice?
Hoegaarden.
Wasn't that served with an orange slice if you bought a pint of it? I think.
It's typically served with an orange. It's got a bit of Curacao orange in the beer. But
We were at beers around here for a while.
AB InBev bought them out a long time ago, but for a while there was pushback against them from cheapening the recipe, and then they cheapened the recipe, and now it's not as popular anymore. So go fucking figure, AB InBev.
No way, they fucked
Fucking
somebody
cheap
over.
beer then doesn't taste as good as your main product, Blue Moon. Go fucking figure, you piece of shit.
All about that profit margin and bottom line, man.
Yep.
Fucking giant corporations
Yeah.
The most garbage beer
we're
out
all
there
fine.
right now is Budweiser. Budweiser tastes nothing like it did 20 years ago. Anyway, so
Anywho,
even 20 years
I got a
ago,
fruit fly.
it was
Yay.
shit beer. So yeah, let's you know what? Maybe we should, that's all the comments for now.
We're
Wow.
caught up.
We should go through-
Yay!
We got 7
Right
viewers,
here.
so hey, keep posting comments. We will, as you can see, we will keep reading them and we will keep commenting. So
We will discuss.
We will go off the rails again.
here that Budweiser is not a beer because it is shit.
It's a rice product.
Rice product. It's
That's
but it's not as good as Sapporo.
I love that. That funny way to put it.
Sapporo.
It's a rice product.
Sapporo.
Although you know, I Budweiser not being one of them, but I have had some tasty rice beers that craft brewers have made and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like that
you can
Gateway
make
City
a beer
rice
with
lager.
rice can be a thing, but I'll agree. Budweiser, it's still technically probably a beer, but their whole bullshit thing on the top of their can, like we know of no other beer that costs so much. It's that
Costs so much of beer brewing.
I want to try Budweiser back when that was actually applicable. You know what I mean? I imagine back when it was like back in the day.
I remember when it had a
way
nice
back in the day.
light taste but a fruity flavor kind of thing that came from the rice. I remember
I'm gonna throw it out there. Say what you will about Budweiser, it is better than Canadian.
Yes,
I haven't had either in a little bit.
Canadian. I just feel like it's thicker and doesn't taste very good.
There's a beer analysis fucking for us right there. Everybody grab a can of Bud and a can of Canadian, and let's fucking give her the fucking comparison.
Haven't we
I don't
fucking
know.
done that before? Like
I
We did some.
I don't know, but
That
it's an
day.
idea. It's an idea.
I'm
Alright,
gonna be
anyway,
dead that
so-
day.
I like a lady Lee takes her clothes
That's
off and then wraps herself in a blanket.
It's because I didn't like wearing my
Oh.
shirt. It's
Uh-huh.
I don't like you wearing your shirt.
it's the same with my pants. Like technically, I should probably put pants on, but I was wearing those
Alright.
pants for work. I just want to get
Feed
them
the
off.
algorithm. Cheers.
Brandon's
man.
I agree with
I
that. I'm
approve of all
still
this.
talking Budweiser, not a great beer, not something I would ever buy. I agree. People watching, if you don't mind, give this stream a thumbs up. Helps Nick get more eyes on his channel. Maybe, hey, this is like my one main upload per week. If anybody wants to thumb up
Your
the
one
video.
main upload, your one upload. Don't say main upload. What other ones are you doing?
Sometimes I post other shit. You just don't watch my channel anymore, then, Gary.
And listen, if Nick
Okay.
makes enough YouTube money, he can start paying us, and then this can be Lady Lee's full-time job, and then he'll get more views because
There you
Lady Lee
go.
will
Yeah,
be here
I'll get
every
that
week.
$25 of AdSense money every
Yeah.
several months.
I gotta double check something now.
And she'll get like $4.50
Yeah,
of
Carrie
it
gets,
every week.
Carrie's gaming channel probably has more views than I do.
I don't think there's any problem about it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Next to man. Yeah. You won't be saying that when I give you a bunch of tickets tomorrow at work.
Okay, well,
Anyways,
you got me. The last video you posted that wasn't a beer analysis was only 3 months ago.
holy shit. That's
Yeah.
right. I posted a whole bunch of shit in July,
Fucking
didn't I?
guy.
Or August.
I know Nick was on a roll posting stuff, and then he just stopped. I was so sad.
Somebody said that I don't post much shit, and then I got depressed and I stopped posting. Anyway.
Jesus.
All right.
Too busy
Way to
watching
bring
his
down the
buttload of-
chat.
All right. So let's
Buttload
go
of
back
Talk about
fucking
to
our mental
Blu-rays.
health,
Let's
guys.
go back to actually put
Nick.
Carrie up front here.
Nick,
And
you've
we're
got
just
the
gonna
best
tell
mental
us-
illness.
Yeah, we got the best mental illness around, bitches. All right, Carrie, what do you think of the beer?
I think it's not this beer. I'll tell you right now. See this? This is actually like hazy and juicy as fuck. The Beau's one. This is also 30 cents cheaper a can and 0.5% higher in ABV. The juice, yeah, it's not.
That seems like a mama that might be hazy.
It might be. It's like it's you hazy IPA.
It's funny.
value
I
for
forget
money?
octopus.
That I would one of those fresh. also over the juiced as fuck. It's not. It's again like the hazy factor. I don't know if any of you still has any left that you could hold up, but the haze
No, I don't have
factor
clear
is
glass.
not even close to this.
I mean, it's hazy. It's certainly not
Okay,
the
well,
hazy.
you know what, Greg, yours looks like Nick's looks like more like mine did.
Oh, look at this. It's all fucking.
Yeah,
sparkles.
yours is very
Okay,
like
okay, but
non-hazy. Mine
Nick's looks like it's separated almost actually. But again, Greg's looks more
My
hazy
cans
than
are-
mine did. All this is making me think is that it might be a very inconsistent beer. Like everyone, they all look different from each other. But yeah, it wasn't bad, but it's not. Again, like Beau's just overall as a brewery has kind of flown into some twin towers and just like crashed and burned a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know. It's
Jesus.
it's been a while since I brought that back. Yeah, I'm gonna go 6.5 for style, and I'll give it a 7 for enjoyment. It wasn't gross, but it was not even close to what I'd expect from a good quality fucking. Lady Lee's also looks more hazy than mine did, to be honest. But it's still not even close to like, you say juiced as fuck. What AF? Maybe it means
Expect something that's
juiced.
actually juiced AF.
Juiced almost. Fuck you. I don't know, but it's
Accurate.
yeah, it's Beau's these days in beer form. Straight up. That's kind of what I think of them right now. It's been a while since I've had anything. Actually, you know what? Right up with the double juiced. I gotta check the date on that one too. I'm curious, but I have a can of that Lady Lee grabbed me, and
September 26th.
okay. That's I think fresh. The one I had was like from like July or something, but was still surprisingly tasty. So whatever process, you're gonna be smashed. It's gonna be good times.
I don't have anything tomorrow.
It's a big beer.
Having a good time?
It's a big beer, and what's the can? It's huge. It's not like usually you think of a big can, 473 regular tall. It's like 500. It's bigger than that. It's a huge can of beer.
You're a huge can of beer.
Am I though?
I mean, you're pretty tall.
I'm a tall boy.
You are a tall boy.
He is
Okay.
a tall boy.
Nick, move on. I'm done.
All right, so I forget. I was working on the graphic.
I went
What's yours,
6.5 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Greggy. Greg is up. Greg.
How is he
Um,
in the form?
Am I?
Sorry, Lee is
Am I
here,
not-
so I don't know why I saw Greggy glow carry.
Well, he gets excited when he sees me. It's okay.
There they are.
I mean, what's the actual like content of the big one? Like what's the milliliters? It's something weird, isn't it? Like it's a 20-ounce can or something.
19 ounce.
Okay, but then
9% alcohol.
what does that translate into milliliters? It's got to be on there somewhere.
That's what I'm looking for right now. Where does it say on here? Usually 473, 568.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
it's
this
a
is a
very
6.5. This is a
weird
9.
number.
Ooh. So what is it? What's the 8 versus 6.5?
This is 9.
That's double juiced.
9.
Double
9.
juiced as fuck.
Double
C'est
juice.
double juicy. I'm gonna try it
Oh.
tonight.
Ooh, talk French to me.
Yeah.
What's in this one?
Drink me like one of your French beers.
Okay, I'm not as heavily on the hate train as Carrie is, but I'm also less experienced.
Used to love.
I used to love you. Is that what you said?
I used to love them.
Oh, that's it. I was gonna say that got awkward real quick.
Yeah, really awkward. Fuck.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not nearly as experienced with juicy IPAs. These are juicy IPAs as
It's a juicy
Carrie
IPA.
is. Hazy IPA. Hazy IPA. Sorry.
It's the same. It's the same thing basically.
Okay, well, I'm not used to. I may have had a few, but I haven't experienced them nearly as much as he has. There we go. That's better. So I don't hate it nearly as much as he does.
I didn't
Style-wise,
hate it. What? Say hate. Putting these words of evil in my mouth. Come on now.
Let's just move on.
I love you.
sorry, I'm just sorry. It wasn't you. I'm laughing at something else. Okay. The hate, I just meant like you put a lot more emphasis on everything bad because I won't notice all the bad stuff.
No, it's fair enough. I totally understand what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, when I had it, it tasted like another hazy that I've had, so I figured like it's kind of on the route of a hazy, and I do enjoy it. Like I think it is, it goes down nice. It tastes nice. It has like this bit of like that bit of aftertaste, like that little bit of a grind taste to it at the end, which I'm never a fan of. Like it's just because it feels like it tastes so sweet, and then at the end it just has like a bitter aftertaste. So not like a bitter taste, but a bitter aftertaste, which is like less enjoyable to me. But in general, like I do like the taste of it. I'm really stuffed up now too, so I sound really funny. But
no, I love your.
fuck.
I love how like you I don't know, you never had it before, and you have like this different take on it, and your descriptions are you're doing well. You're doing. I think you're doing a great job right now.
Thanks,
It's
Sarah.
all the practice I've gotten.
Yeah, you're doing
I
great.
get so much beer, guys. I'm getting great at this.
I think you do well.
Thank you.
It's a different take on it, and it's refreshing. I like it. No,
Okay. Anyways, yes. So I am enjoying this beer. Yes, it does have that little bit of a weirdness afterwards, but overall, I think it's pretty good. But I don't think anything like there's nothing about it that makes it stand out. It's very kind of like as a basic IPA or a basic hazy IPA. There's nothing where I'm like I could distinguish it like out of a mix. I could be like, oh yeah, this is this company or this is that or this is whatever. Like this is very much like a cut and paste or fill in the paint by numbers type taste. Like it's very just generic, but it's done well. So style wise, I'm gonna go 7 with it. Personal preference, I'm gonna go 7.5.
So 7 and 7.5. See, I was paying attention that time.
There you go.
Because my
Not
boobs
'cause
are out
of-
tonight.
Yeah, not just because of your cleavage.
I
mean,
just
that's
had a
part-
funny thought. If we make Lady Lee embarrass something, her hair's not down, so she'll have a attempt to grab something. to cover
we
her
make
face.
Lately embarrassed. We make her blush and like really red.
I mean, she has a blanket she can just put in front of her face.
Yeah, that's what I
red.
thought. She's got
Almost
something.
as red face
Oh.
as her sister naturally is.
Or Jesus Christ, Nick. God damn it, Nick.
Well played. Well played.
It's the bra I'm wearing tonight. It's at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. All right, so let's keep rolling up. Thank you, Lady Lee. Let's go over to roll.
I don't
Right.
think there's anything worse I can say now to get Nick's channel taken down. For once.
Oh, come on, Greg. You can try.
Context is missing that nobody knows. That
All he's doing
Yeah.
is stating that my sister's native.
I mean, she's
Oh.
not only is she native,
bring
she's the
race
best.
into it.
She's the best native. Huh?
Apparently, she's native anyway.
Anyway, Nick's gonna start arguing that he has the better native than you do. But anyways,
Well,
I'm leaning.
There is a
Well,
little bit.
first off, I will say, I mean, there are those people who love hazy IPAs, like our good friend Carrie and our other good friend Chris, who never really fucking joins us because I don't know, he just can't be bothered. But they're big. They're the hazy boys over in our group. I am definitely not among them. I do not love hazy IPAs in general. But of hazy IPAs, there are some that are really good. Most of them are on the other end of the spectrum that I find are not that good. And this one for me is kind of right in the middle. And I'm sort of agreeing with Lady Lee on this one. Is I find this to be a serviceable hazy beer. I don't think it's great. I don't think but it's not offensive. It doesn't. The ones that I find offensive are the ones that just taste like I'm biting into the skin of a grapefruit.
Sorry.
That's fair enough.
Do we have a spill?
No, that one like kicked me in the face.
Oh wow.
I wasn't
Okay.
ready
What?
for that.
Oh, did you say you took your first sip of the double one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite different. That is not what I expected at all.
It was a
No,
total
I'm
shot
jealous.
in the face, huh?
Oh Jesus, Nick.
Shot in the face.
And
Shot through the face, and you still.
Because you're too
You got it.
late.
shot like
stay off a dad name.
it's gonna be like a shot from a native's blowgun or something.
Oh
anyways,
my God,
we're not.
Greg, come on, go. Fuck. Jesus.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm basically with Lady Leo, though I don't think any of our scores are gonna be that far apart, to be honest. I don't.
Probably not.
I drank this pretty quickly. Like I actually, not only did I drink this, I'm almost done the octopus that I followed it up with. So yes, octopus is obviously quite a bit better than this. Again, this is smooth to drink. There's no off flavors that I don't like. I'm not tasting like the rind of a grapefruit that I find so many hazy IPAs just force me. I'm not having that hot burn you get from especially really fresh hazy IPAs. Again, I'm not really getting any exciting flavors either. It's just kind of a little bit of a, like I'd say it's like a little bit of an orangey, citrusy taste. It's there. It's not exciting. It's going to be 7s all around for me. It's just kind of a meh beer for me. It's like nothing against it. I would drink it again, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it unless there was some reason for me to buy it. So.
I'm sorry, I just read one of the comments.
What?
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're talking about.
No, it's further up.
This one here.
I have gotten, Lee just said it, but I've gotten way creepier.
Yes.
Show that comment when Lee was on the screen.
If you start asking for pictures of her feet, then we're gonna have problems.
Or telling me to go down south and capture me.
What?
After the election, she's not going down south at all.
I haven't checked with my wife, but I think you could be my second wife. It's fine.
No, you're not. No, you're not creepy at all. We're just making
Brandon's weird, but he's not creepy. So, all right, thank you, Greg. Speaking of creepy, let's put me on screen here, and I'll talk about the beer. So, yeah. Well, first of all, I'm just gonna have to point out. Look at that. I don't know if this is my can. My can is from July. I poured it, and
Gary's can was weird too.
Yeah, like this isn't hazy. Like what the fuck? I mean, sure, it's kind of looking like a little sparkle chunky.
Yeah, mine wasn't sparkle chunky. Like Nick's. I feel like it's like Nick's beer, then my beer, and then Greg's beer.
I poured it out, and you're calling it a hazy IPA. Maybe it's the age of it. This can is from July. But at the same time, like this isn't hazy. This isn't like maybe it's settled a bit, but I don't feel like this is. I feel like this is more like the batch at this age. Like it can't have settled into this much shit. Like I poured it. Sure, it's clear. I'd be swirling it around. Usually, I'll pour a little bit more, and then I'll get some turbid as fuck going on.
Nick be swirling.
I want turbid as fuck when I get something that's hazy IPA. This right here. I'm not offended by like sediment like that, but at the same time, I don't consider this hazy at all. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. It does affect my rating. I don't hate this beer though, because it's actually fairly neutral, like Greg has been saying. It's like in the middle of the road. Like there's nothing wrong with this. It's definitely inoffensive. I mean, yes, there is something wrong when it comes to the appearance. But like the taste of it is fine. Like it's got a nice like light citrusy, almost like those candy rockets you get, like the little like Halloween candy. There's almost like a hint of that going on in the juiciness of this thing. But I don't think it's absolutely like over the top juicy like their advertising. It's just like mildly juicy with a little bit of haze. You get like touches of sweetness, and you get touches of like a little floral and a little citrusy taste. And I do give it kudos for not having a big giant resiny aftertaste on this thing, because I fucking hate that. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I don't prefer it. And I feel like it's a neutral, very soft tasting beer. It is enjoyable. It's drinkable. When it comes to hazy IPAs, I want more, and I normally get more, because you're sending this shit to a province that has a brewery called Trailway in it. And Trailway makes some incredible hazy IPAs.
Can confirm.
That are just well beyond this beer.
Trailway makes some fucking fantastic hazy shit.
Yeah. So Beau's, you used to make some top-notch beer. What the fuck happened to you? You really need to get your shit back together, because I miss the days when you were fucking great.
I want a high five.
Beer, yeah, I would.
High five.
High five.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Eiffel Tower, like an Eiffel Tower legally in the middle.
Jeez. Listen, Brandon, don't worry. Nothing you can say can be creepier than Nick tonight. You're fine.
This is a fun episode. I had a good time.
Too.
All right. So yeah, that in mind, I feel like this beer is okay, but as far as a hazy IPA, I want way more than this. I'm used to getting way more than this, and the price is fine. But I mean, for the price of this, I could have got a can of Huge on hops from Trailway, and I would have enjoyed that a whole lot more.
It says juiced as fuck. That's what they have. It's not. It's not.
Yeah. Anyway, so my take on this is I'm going to give it 6 5s all around. It's meh. Meh at best. 3.25 out of 5. You're meh. No, well, actually, you're not. I mean,
she is not meh.
We're all meh. We come together to become meh.
I mean, I believe I'm meh, but yeah, anyway.
No, Nick, I think you're meh plus one.
The question. I'm definitely plus sized.
Our powers together.
In more ways than one, baby.
Nick meh. Greg meh. Lee meh. Kelly meh. Meh.
All right, so let me do the mathematics on this. Is anybody?
Hey, baby,
I'm going to put Lady Lee on screen. She can read the rest of the comments.
Oh no!
Everybody likes looking at Lady Lee, so
I'm trying. No. I want to tell Brandon. Everything is cool, Brandon. You're
cool, Brandon. Don't worry.
Brandon, you're still a good egg, Brandon.
My comment.
There's nothing wrong with being a weirdo. It's fine.
My comment was more that there's been comments that have been made. Either I've been in the chat, like on the chat side, not even on camera, like not even attending like the BA, just on the side. And there's been comments deleted and people blocked because of the comments they made about me.
Oh yeah.
There were some
she's
parade.
There were some pervy comments made that were made.
Oh my god! I never ran in your parade.
You weren't even in the chat. You were at work and people were.
There was comments made when I'm not even there, not even present in general.
Oh yeah, like Raining on Your Parade was blocked from the channel because of what he was saying about you. I'm like, fuck you.
I forgot about that shit.
The one time he made a really fucking ridiculous comment.
Yeah, he was like a long time viewer.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in the chat.
You blocked him because that shit. I mean, for all
that makes it even more weird. Like, she wasn't even in the fucking analysis. She was just in the chat, in the side chat, and people are still being fucking weird about it. It was like,
I was in the side. I made a comment, and he made the weirdest fucking comment to me, which we kind of brushed off at first. And then the second one, Lee caught it before I saw it, and he blocked it right away and then banned him. Yeah. And like. There was another time
like, what happened? What happened? Yeah, I remember that.
I can't remember the comment itself, but like there was one where he said something about me being really beautiful, whatever. And again, I wasn't in the chat, so it was just really weird. And then he made another one about like I forget. It was something about my beauty. It was really fucking creepy. But Lee caught it and like deleted it right away and was like, "Okay, this guy's gone."
I approved it.
Friend of Nick in the chat, whose name I don't actually. You're good. You're good. We get it. You're good. You're good.
Then we had another guy who started off, he was funny, and then it just got real creepy real quick. Like, it was just, every time I was on the chat, it was like, come over, see us, come over, we'll do stuff. Hey, you should do this. And it got real weird. Like, it got to the point where I was like, hold on a second, buddy. Hold on. Like, this is way further than just, like, telling me I'm hot. Like, anyways, yeah.
What about that dude that was talking about, like, from Carrie's game there, that
was the
Jesus
one
Christ
I was
be praised,
that
weirdo.
Yeah, that was the one we were making fun of.
Oh, what do you call that game? The game you were playing?
Oh my god! Oh my
Kingdom
god.
Come
Okay,
Coming
I-
south to be a second
Okay.
wife.
That Jesus Christ be praised. Remember
Oh, that
video?
guy. Yeah.
He came over here for a while and he was talking about ladies' feet.
Like, not so much for feet, but no, like I remember like the whole like a bunch of weird. There was some weird stuff that I remember that now.
He was
Kind of.
asking for feet pics and then say about coming south and you can be my second wife and stuff.
I remember
like
that.
It was
I
so-
don't remember feet pics, but I remember the whole like
Wow.
come down south and stuff. It was there's
I don't
like-
remember the pics. I remember the come down south, and I remember the picture. Like the comments got creepier and creepier. Like they just progressively got worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird now.
maybe if hey look here's someone came over from one of my fans that's always seemed normal and look and now okay that's a fucking crazy person.
There was also some comments made that they weren't direct, but they could be inferred that he may have not been crazy about homosexual people, and that kind of was not cool. So, because we're very LGBT friendly here.
It better be. I'm here.
I love every.
That's right.
And I've said before, and many times, like racism in general, and any kind of anybody
Oh, poor
from
guy.
anybody from
Yeah,
any
like,
belief system, any background.
If you like having a penis or a tit in your mouth,
No, like
you're okay with us.
anybody can potentially be my best friend, or they can potentially be a dick. Like, yeah, I could have a gay person I could be friends with, or it could be a gay person. I'm like, no, you're a dick. I'm not going to be friends with you. It's not
friends with those homosexuals.
It's nothing to do with that. It's just you as a person. That's what I judge. That's how I roll.
It's funny reminiscing about these things. It's funny. It's so funny reminiscing. Like,
So
Okay. Oh, yeah, but no, I'm not trying to hit on you or anything crazy. Just mean a brief comment.
Oh my God, just stop.
Girl. Oh my God, leave it arrested, Brandon. You're cool. I'll just,
Brandon, you're good.
Nick and
I-
Brandon are going to have the
Get
weirdest
some
fucking conversation at work
show up
tomorrow.
for work
This is
tomorrow on
great.
time. All right, so we're gonna tell you what the ratings are.
oh, we didn't read the
Oh.
comments. I don't think there's much to read.
We're good. All right,
Okay,
so
we'll
that's
read
the 6.8 for style and 7.0 for overall as far as being a hazy IPA. It's-
They chose that as the picture. Look at the head. That is some
Yes.
shitty looking head on those beers.
Here's
Giant bubbles and stuff. The one on the right
Hey,
looks
that's
terrible.
like almost exactly the score I gave it. Because 6.8, if you write it up, it's 7, and I gave 7.7.
you
I
get-
went 6.8 and I went 6.5 and 7.
Lee went 7 and
closer.
7.5.
I think we both gave the
That's right,
same.
about the
didn't we?
7.5.
The most accurate tonight is Carrie. Actually, was
Yeah, I forgot I
6.5.
gave 7.5. I thought I gave
I
7.
mean, he is the hazy boy here, so it makes sense that he knows his hazes.
Hey,
Look at me go.
I
I'm
kind of
a,
agree.
I'm
with
a
these
hazy
ratings
boy.
too.
I for some reason I feel like we haven't said that before or something like that, but I'm okay. I'm down. I like being the hazy boy. I don't know. This sounds funny to me.
Haze boy, you're the
I've
haze
actually
mama
I've
of
come
the
to
group.
realize I enjoy hazy IPAs over regular IPAs. So I might be on Carrie's bus
Oh
now.
no.
You know, I still enjoy like what Greg cracked open Octopus. That's the West Coast. It's a great IPA. I'm still down for many other styles, but well, and again, I'm sure you guys saw my comment in the chat. But that Collective Arts 6-pack, I'm lucky that I have like kind of a bit of like they know me at the LCBO because I'm somewhat of a regular,
Did
and
you
they
have
had
this
no. Which is that one? Oh, yes, yeah, but not as fresh as I got the one you gave me. I'm way more fresh, but the my brain just broke in half. What was I
Sorry.
saying?
Oh, 'cause you can watch it
LCBO,
break in
they know
real
you.
time. Alrighty, so
God,
I'm
what the-
gonna
They know you at the LCBO. Thank goodness they
All
know
right.
you at the LCBO.
I'm gonna
Thanks.
put myself on main screen here because we're gonna talk about what's next week's beer. And drum roll, please. We are going to do something from. Hey, we've never done anything from these guys before, have we?
Is that a new brewery? It just came out? Just
I think it's just like some
Never heard of them.
brewery from. I've never heard of Hamilton before.
Oh,
sure it's
no,
nice.
trust me, you don't want to.
It's not like you and I were ever there together at some point.
Yeah,
or something.
really, that super small tap
At
room.
the actual brewery that is yeah.
So this is Collective Arts Mango, Lime, and Jalapeno Goza.
Fuck you, Greg.
Limited release
Fuck
sour
me, Greg.
number 30. I didn't realize
Fuck
they
you,
had 30 sours. I guess
I'm not sure why, but fuck me indeed.
You got it right.
you
Yeah.
like it,
Fuck
Greg.
you, Greg. Fuck you, Greg.
All right,
Fuck
so
you.
we're gonna do collective arts. And Brandon, if you're interested, this is I'm pretty sure still available at our liquor stores. So
Yeah, man, get the right beer this time.
I'm gonna have to get more of this shit too.
Yeah, I want to see
Don't
I want to see
watch
Brandon be creepy in person.
Unsolicited dick pics, Greg.
I didn't say who to send them to. I just said send them.
Brandon
Send them to
pissed.
somebody.
All right.
He doesn't have your contact info. He's just gonna send them to Nick and be like, "Hey, can you forward these to Lady Lee?"
He's gonna
All
grab
right,
it. Be tomorrow.
Glad we got a carry virtue signal tonight. All this time he thought he hated.
I know.
All right,
I know.
We'll send an unsolicited dick pic and be cool. And
Yeah.
please don't. Yes, I'll grab that tomorrow. Okay, so I guess that's it. We're gonna take this thing offline. I want to thank everybody for watching. SEN, nice having you with us. Dan,
it's
you're
supposed to
still
be
there.
Asian.
Probably not.
Who the fuck is this now?
Who's that?
Nerds.
6'6" nerds.
Nerds.
I don't know. Is
I-
that,
I-
Yeah,
is that
Nerds.
Rick? Is that you, Rick? Anyway, so Brandon, maybe I'll buy a webcam too, so you can find out how creepy. And this is your laptop. Oh, sorry, you don't have a laptop. You don't have a computer. It's like you're like Jamie with a computer that's
Why
like
would
10
why
years
don't
old.
you steal a webcam from work?
Yeah, I could probably give you one. I probably have something.
You can
Anyway,
get
let's
one pretty
all-
easily.
Yeah, let's all look at Carrie's penis while we take this thing offline. So we'll talk to you folks later.
My penis in your face.
Yeah, he's gonna
Send
slap
unsolicited
it on
carry
you.
pics.
Both your
That's right.
cheeks, like it's like something from The
Are we taking
Godfather.
this online? I feel like I'm just.
Right.
Actually, let's look at this right here.
Oh,
Let's-
there we go. Yay!
There you go.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
I have fantastic.
Camera.